Good morning, student. Today, in class 7th, today we will do the second part of chapter number 8, Delhi during the medieval period. So, student, here last time we already learned about the Ghulam dynasty, that is the slave dynasty. Okay. So, in that we have seen about Raja Sultan Iltutmish. Okay. And here after that we have seen that Khilji dynasty. So after that, how Khilji dynasty, after the slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty were ruling in our country. So we were talking about Khilji dynasty, and in that we were talking about the commodities. So what are the commodities? That means the goods. Okay, the materials, or we can say the crops and all that things are coming in goods. Okay, so commodities, what are the means the price? We were talking about the price of that. So here we have already seen that there was a misorder, or we can say mismanagement between different kings. Actually their mind were not combined with each other or not connected with each other, so they were fighting with each other. They were having their own kingdoms. Okay, the unity was not seen between them. So here last time we were talking about Khilji dynasty, and in that one thing we have seen that there were two rulers. Actually we have seen that. Okay, and in that Khilji dynasty one, here we have seen that Umraos. Okay, there was a we have seen that in that Alauddin Khilji, who was both his nephew and son-in-law, so other through Jalaluddin, and became the ruler of Delhi. So we have seen that Alauddin Khilji was the powerful ruler in Khilji dynasty. He controlled the interference of Iltutmish and Umraos in the state of administration. Alauddin Khilji framed a strict law to control the prices. So this in last lecture we have learned that about Alauddin Khilji, that how he made means how he made some of the king in unit. Okay, for controlling the price. Okay, because we have seen that right now we are having government that is democratic government, and there is a we are having a control over prices. Okay, but if we think about monarchy, so there was a decision taken, strict decision taken by the king itself only. The one only person can only take the final decision, and did this depend on the king itself or the queen itself. So whatever the price, higher prices, we have seen that they can change. Okay, so here we have seen that Alauddin Khilji made a strict law for not raising higher growth for the commodities. Okay, so I think so he had a great control at that time for the commodities. Otherwise what happened? So here is one question on that only, and that is Alauddin Khilji. If the prices, we can see that if the prices essential commodities are not controlled, how will it affect to our lives? Do you think it is necessary to control the basic commodity, and why? Yes, very good. So here this question is also a good question, and here it is said what happen if the price is not controlled. So it will actually it will automatically affect our lives also. See, right now we are having for example, during the ancient age, you know that there were a less price, okay, for the commodities, and it depends on the government, and you know that at that time the kings were there. Okay, the monarchy was there, and whatever the kings decide, that will only the price of the commodity, or whatever the things about the tax also. Okay, and right now we are having the democratic government, and but then also it is just our government is just running on the basic of last whatever the prices were there. Okay, for example, in the ancient time there were less price. okay, of the commodity. But you can see, for example, I am giving a very good example for that, and that is you know that in 2004, I think so, or 2000, the price of the commodity, I think so, it was the price of the petrol was, I think so, of diesel, if we talk, no, then 50 liter of diesel was just of 560 rupees. Okay, so 50 liters of diesel, I think so, in nearby 2000 or 2002, it was nearby 500 to 600 rupees, we can say like that. And right now you think about the right now you see the price of the petrol and diesel. For 1 liter it is raised to 100 rupees, the petrol. Okay, so if we talk about petrol also, so it may be very less price, I think so, 30 to 40 rupees of liter, means 20 to 30 rupees maybe of liter during 2000 or 2001 too. Okay, but if we see about after 20 years what happened, right now we are having 100 rupees for 1 liter. So these are the changes, okay, made by the government. So means it can 100% it can affect the life of the people. How? Because see, there are in our India we are having so many middle class people, okay, even though we are having so many poor people. So it will definitely affect the life of that people, okay, because we are having the majority of middle class and poor people, so it will affect. So here it is the question that do you think that necessary to control the price basic of commodity? Yes, it is 100% necessary, because it affects so many things. Okay, so if we see that if it is price is not controlled, then how the human being can live, especially the poor class and the middle class, okay, because they are working hard for their lives, okay, and they have to see after their families, okay, and they have to run their houses. So how they can, if the price is rise, means if you see about another also thing I can tell you about that, that is the rise, actually right now the price of the cooking oil, okay, the whatever the oil we are eating, and we see about that oil, that is I think so nearby 200 rupees. If we talk about Tirupati, if we talk about Kulab, okay, the normal, we can see the most of the people who are eating that oil, edible oil, okay, so that price is also high. I think so before 2 or 3 months before, it was only 60 to 80 rupees. But right now you see after just 4 to 5 months, it raised up to 180 rupees. Okay. So this is the thing, what the changes is happen, and we have, it is very necessary to control over that, because if the prices will become high, here I will talk you about Dandi March also. You know that Britishers made a great tax in the for the salt also, and salt is very necessary for the people. See, for example, we are having right now salt, okay, we are eating, so poor people can also afford the salt, and the rich people can also afford it very easily, okay, and right now if we talk about the salt also, before I think so nearby 2000 or 2005, it was only 10 rupees, I think so, okay, so it was only 10 rupees, and right now you see it is nearby 25 to 30 rupees per kg. Okay, so but yes, 25 rupees also affordable by the poor people, because it will run up to 1 month or to 1 month, nearby 1 month 1 kilo will used, okay, so it is cheaper right now also, and that is only and only because of Gandhiji. So now it is the best example, you can understand this, there were this Alauddin Khilji controlled the price rate, okay, at that time. So it is means it is very good for us, because see, we have seen about the salt also. If Gandhiji have not break the law of salt, then today I think so salt price may be very high, okay, because it is a very important source of food. So in the same way, so people, what about the poor people and what about the middle class? Okay, so it will become a very difficult life for for that type of peoples. Okay. Now after this, we learn about the Tughlaq dynasty. First we have learned about the Ghulam dynasty, that is the slave dynasty, and right now we will see about then we learn about the Khilji dynasty, and now we learn about the Tughlaq dynasty. Okay. Okay. So here Ghiyazuddin Tughlaq founded the Tughlaq dynasty within 4 years after the death of Alauddin Khilji. Here it is Dak Chowki, the postal service, was started in his time. The letters were carried by the horse rider postmen were referred to Halkaro at that time. Refer of Saurashtra in Rasdar to know about the Halkaro. Muhammad Tughlaq became the Sultan after Ghiyasuddin. Many of the decisions that he took were criticized. Among these two main plans were the transfer of the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad, introducing use of copper currency. So here Muhammad Tughlaq region. So here see, up to here copper currency if we see, so here we talk about the Tughlaq dynasty, okay, and in Tughlaq dynasty Ghiyasuddin started this dynasty, okay, and after Ghiyasuddin death, okay, after the death of Alauddin Khilji, means Alauddin Khilji was the ruler of Khilji dynasty, okay. Then we have seen that after Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty first ruler was Ghiyasuddin, and after the death of Alauddin Khilji, within 4 years, Ghiyasuddin controlled over his areas, okay. And also Dak Chowki, the postal service, was started at that time, means in the time of Tughlaq dynasty, postal service were started, and you know that the sepoys, or we can see the soldiers who were riding the horse, and they were giving the message from one region to another region, okay, by so messages are also started at that time, and at that time postmen were named as Halkaro, okay. So Halkaro was the name of postman, and I think so in Saurashtra Rasdar, okay. Then after Ghiyasuddin, Muhammad Tughlaq became the Sultan, okay. Here Muhammad Tughlaq after Ghiyasuddin, means we have seen after the death of Ghiyasuddin, Muhammad Tughlaq came to the throne, but many of the decisions that he took were criticized, means you know that see, for example, whoever, whether he may be in the monarchy or whether he may be in the democratic government, but whatever the decisions taken by the government is suitable for the public welfare or not, it depends on that his means their mind, okay, mind of the government or the kings, okay. So here Ghiyasuddin was running it very well, but we can see when the Tughlaq means Muhammad Tughlaq came to the throne, okay, or he became the king, at that time many of the decisions he was taking were criticized by the people or the chief ministers, okay. So among these, the two main plans were the transfer of capital, that is Delhi to Daulatabad, introducing the use of copper currency. Means here the copper currency was introduced at that time, and because of that maybe at Daulatabad, okay. You know that Sultan dynasty, then means we have seen that the main center of the India was from ancient time. If we talk from the kingdoms system only we talk, then which is the main capital? Delhi only. But here from the Tughlaq dynasty, Muhammad Tughlaq came to the throne, but his decisions were criticized by the people or ministers. And two important decisions were taken by him. One was transferring Delhi capital to the Daulatabad. So they are they made capital Daulatabad instead of Delhi. Okay, Delhi was the capital. Now they changed their mind, and why they have changed? Because of the copper. Okay, so copper was introduced. So they have changed the dynasty capital. Along with that, the currency of copper was introduced at that time. Means see, copper currency, you know that before that means different kings were using different. If you talk about this Gupta dynasty, the gold coins were started at that time in the period of Gupta dynasty. Okay, and here we see the Tughlaq dynasty. So at the period of Tughlaq dynasty, this copper coins were started, coins made from copper. Okay, and during Muhammad Tughlaq region in Ibn Battuta, an African traveler from Tangier belonging to Habsi tribe visited India. Means here as we have already seen in our country, there were different travelers. Okay, some of the travelers like Megasthenes came from Greek, some of the travelers like Zhuang Sang, okay, he came from China. And here we have seen that one Ibn Battuta, he is a African traveler, okay, and he came from Africa. And he was from Tangier. I think so it is a city, means place from Africa. Okay, and he was belonging to which tribe? Habsi tribe. Okay, there are different tribes of different people. Okay, different regions, from different regions. So we have seen that here Habsi tribe was there living in Africa, and there was a place Tangier. So from that place one traveler came to India, okay, and his name was Ibn Battuta. Criticizing the Sultan's administration, he who has written Muhammad Shah's rule was an amalgamation of both good and bad administrative policies. So here he had criticized. He had see, different travelers are coming to India, and then they are looking at the performance of the king. Okay, so we have seen that here when this whose name that Yang Sang came to our country, he was a Chinese ruler, and at that time Harshvardhana was the king. Okay, and at that time Harshvardhana was the king, and Harshvardhana what he had done means he was ruling in the north part, and Pulkeshi too was ruling in the south part. Okay, so they both were very good rulers at that time. So Yuan Sang had written many things about them. Okay, and about our country. So at that time our country was living prosperous maybe. Okay, and here a traveler came from Africa, but he had criticized Muhammad Tughlaq in many ways. He had also written the good things made by the kings, and many bad things that is made by the kings. In the starting itself, we have seen that many peoples were or ministers are criticizing the decisions of this king. Okay, so in the same way there was means it was not a proper rule, we can say like that. Okay, in the same way, see here, whatever the decisions made by the government or the kings, it affect the lifestyle of the people. It means like that, because right now if we see Many a times in our country also, see, many of the decisions taken by the government. For example, we know that when the Congress were there, at that time they were raising their price rates for the commodities. Then the poor people were affected by it, or the middle class. Okay, right now we have seen that many of the decisions taken by Modi ji also, some of the decisions were criticized also. Okay, for example, if we see, there were many good decisions like Ayodhya, okay, making of Mandir of Ayodhya. Then we can say that the criticized, some of the people criticized the thing which were decision taken by the government of Modi ji was about the currency note. Okay, means you know that this our government, BJP government had stopped the currency, okay, and they made new currency. But in that it is a very good decision. If we can, some of the people had told it as a nice decision taken by the government, but many of the people were facing problem for that, and because of that they were criticizing also that the currency have stopped, and this made many of the people to be stand on an hours or in the line. Okay, so that was the problem for the people at that time. So it depends on the government, whatever the decisions they are taking. But yes, it is there that some of the people, those who are criticizing that, what they were saying about that, ki you should plan. Okay, the government should plan for that. Okay, you are stopping the currency, then you have to make a plan, proper plan, that it should be done in a proper way. Okay, and we have seen that in Corona also we have seen that directly Modi ji came to the television on 8 o'clock, and he announced that about the lockdown. Okay, so that was also, people, according to some of the people, it was not a right decision. You should give the time to the people to go to the proper place. Okay, so whatever the things taken by the decisions taken by the government, it affect the people. But here after that, now we see about the Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagar. So we have talked about different Muslim kingdoms, okay, and now we talk about the Hindu kingdom at Vijayanagar. Okay, so during Sultanate period, there were attempts to establish the authority of the South India. Khalauddin Khilji were the first ruler to launch an attack. He carried away enemies' wealth from Devgiri. Subsequently, Malik Kafur destroyed the kingdom of Warangal. So here we have seen that you know that during the ancient time it was just we can say that it depends on the king. Okay, means for example there were different kingdoms, so some of the king are just waiting for the other kings, means if the changing of the king is there. Okay, or if they are looking at the other king's strategy, that when they got to attack that other kings, okay, other kingdoms. So here we can see that Alauddin Khilji was powerful at that time, okay, and he was ruling, I think so, in the northern part. Now he is thinking to go to the southern part of India, okay, and he started to attack in South India, and so he carried away enormous wealth from Devgiri. Subsequently, that Malik Kafur destroyed the kingdom of Warangal. So they have started to conquer different kingdoms in the southern part, that is Warangal. Okay, we can read here, that is the Warangal. The condition of South India worsened during the time of Muhammad Tughlaq. Simultaneously, the Hindu Empire Vijayanagar and Brahmani Sultanate were also established in the South India. After the defeat of the ruler of Warangal, the two brothers of the Jaidev clan, Harihara and Buka, established the Vijayanagar kingdom under the inspiration of Swami Vidyaranya. The Vijayanagar kingdom was established in the south of the Tungabhadra river during 1336 century. Within a short period of 8 years, the kingdom was extended from river Tungabhadra to Kanyakumari. Bukka ascended the throne after the death of Hariharana. So here we have seen that actually we have seen that in the Delhi side we see that there was a strong, powerful and army of Alauddin Khilji. Okay, but now they are thinking to go to the South India, and there were some many Hindu rulers ruling over there. And here we talk about Muhammad Malik Kafur destroyed the kingdom of Warangal. Okay, so we have seen that here there were kingdoms. Okay, this Malik Kafur destroyed the kingdom of Warangal, and after that the south condition was now worsened. Okay, during the time of Muhammad Tughlaq. Okay, but even though you can see that simultaneously the Hindu empire of Vijayanagar and Bahmani Sultanate were also established in South India. And you know that along with that, in this critical situation in the south, there were good rulers of Vijayanagar and Brahmani Sultanate. There was Hindu empires who were ruling over there. So after the defeat of ruler of Warangal, the two brothers of Jadhav clan, that is Harihara and Bukka. So we have seen that already this this Tughlaq dynasty becoming powerful, but then also in the South India, our Hindu rulers, that is Harihara and Bukka, they were coming from which clan? Jadhav clan. Okay. So they were the Hindu rulers, and they were controlling over the Vijayanagar kingdoms and under the inspiration of Swami Vidyaranya. Okay, so at that time also our religion were powerful. Okay, so we were these two brothers. Okay, of Jadhav clan, Harihara and Bukka, they both were ruling over the South India. Okay. And along with that, it is also said that they have established their kingdom of Vijayanagar in the south of Tungabhadra river in 1336. Okay, so 1336 AD or century. Okay, these two brothers established their kingdom of Vijayanagar. So after establishing Vijayanagar in a short period of only 8 years, they have extended their territory from river Tungabhadra to Kanyakumari. So Kanyakumari is the last ending point, okay, of our country. So you can see that. So this was the ending point of our country, last ending point. So this way we have seen that these two brothers have made our Hindu kingdoms from river Tungabhadra to Kanyakumari. They have extended their armies. Then after that, his descendants were being weak, a new dynasty came to the power, and that is Krishna Dev Raya. Krishna Dev Raya rule flourished in the South India. He got good relation with the Europeans and was a lover of art and literature. He constructed canals in the South India with the help of an engineering called Yomki. Okay, so here see, after these two brothers, we have seen that first of all we have seen that Harihara and Bukka were ruling in South India, but after later on Harihara got died, okay, and then the whole part was established by Bukka. But later on that dynasty was also finished, and no new ruler came over there, and that was Krishna Dev Raya. Okay, he flourished his dynasty in the whole of south part, and he was a lover of art. Okay, we can say like that. He constructed many canals, okay, in the South India. Canals were constructed because you can see in the South India there is a raining, means there is, I think so, the rain is coming more, and so it is good to store water over there. And that is why he made many canals over there, okay. So, and that canals were made because with the help of engineer, and his engineer name was Yomki. He came from a foreign country, and and also this we can talk about this Krishna Dev Raya. He was having a really good relationship with the foreign rulers also. Then there were grand temples, forts of kingdoms. This glorious state was destroyed in the battle of Talikota. And after this also here this dynasty was also flourished, means and came to an end, and who destroyed them? They were destroyed in the battle of Talikota. Okay, so here we have completed our this part. Thank you.